Welcome to Everyone Wants 100%. I'm Shawanda.
And I'm Jaleesa, and we are here to give you the real tea behind the salon industry. So, friend,
What's up?
are we forgetting someone?
Oh, no.
Never!
Hi, guys.
not the hi guy.
Hey, so it's Mike B, that angelic voice that you hear in the back.
It's not that angelic today.
It's not. It's giving you not feeling bouncy today.
It was
What's
a little
going-
dry. Hi.
Why you dry today, Mike B?
It's been
It's
the
been a
day is day.
The day is day.
The day is day.
I can say the same. So
Welcome.
we are in this beautiful space, guys. Can we give a shout out to this background?
How many shout outs we going? How much shameless plugs we
Well-
going to get? It's so Brooklyn.
Well, we're not giving a shameless plug.
Because it's the real
we
deal.
giving a proud plug to this
see
beautiful
this?
scenery that we're in.
I wish that y'all could see the entire salon. So come on down to 567 Nostrand Avenue.
There,
Y'all can
there's
see-
the shameless plug.
right, so that you guys can see the authenticity. So, friend, I
Yes.
have a question for
What's
you.
up?
When you get the visions of creating these salons, like what's the first thing that you think of? Because all of your salons have been beautiful. I feel like primarily that's the first thing when people walk in, they're like, it's so nice. It's like Disneyland or
Yeah,
some shit.
they're always so just intrigued by first the cleanliness.
Because it's next to who?
Yeah, they know. Like I guess in Brooklyn, the aesthetics are not as wonderful as this one, so they're always very much surprised that this is here. You know, so I'm always just thinking about what I would like to see when I walk into a space, how I would like to feel when I walk into a space.
Do you think that it's becoming a little bit redundant though? Because I heard a rumor, basically, about people saying that Brooklyn salons look beautiful. The decor is great,
Really?
but the people suck.
Oh, well, you know what? They're following trends, right?
Okay.
So the whole idea
Speak
is
on it.
to have a great looking space.
Preach, preacher.
But they don't have the customer service to
Right.
back it up because
Right.
they don't know that aspect. Anybody can kind of copy and paste something, but this is original. Like,
is.
I mean, we can say that we've seen the lights before, but it's all about how you put things together. The
Absolutely.
aesthetics make you feel, you know, it's all about how it makes you feel.
I feel like the color takes a play into it as well too, because when you walk into most of your spaces, they're all very light and bright.
Yes. Well, my first space, I think it was a little different because we are upstairs on the second floor, and a lot of people felt like it was really cozy. And
I see that.
Yeah, it was very cozy and intimate. Still a nice space, beautiful. And I like to just put ideas together. I use Pinterest a lot when I'm, you know.
Shout out to Pinterest. If y'all want to go ahead and sponsor this episode, y'all let me know.
Right, yeah, Pinterest, it helps you organize your ideas. So if you ever want to put together a salon, I would suggest going to Pinterest and just typing in certain things that you would what you want your salon to look like. For instance, like for me, I love, well, this is a different vibe. And I did have some help with my partners in this one because we opened this space together. So in this idea, I knew I had a bigger space to work with. So I just wanted to incorporate flowers. Women love flowers. You know, they like lights.
They
and,
do.
you know, I love wallpaper, so I did that too. The brick wall for me, I always like to pull things that represent Brooklyn because Brooklyn.
Brownstone.
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
get it. You
hello,
know.
hello. Zip it up. Stop giving out all the sauce because we got a couple more spaces coming up. So let's not give away all the
the
sauce.
tea.
But I just want to say congratulations are in order.
It
We are a lot of episodes in.
What number is this? 20?
At this point, we're at 20 episodes.
Well, shout out to us. You got to give a round of applause.
Yes, for consistency,
Yes.
for giving you guys the real tea behind the salon industry, for taking the leap of faith,
Yes.
and kind of just taking on this role. I feel like we are the matriarchs.
You know what?
We're taking on the role of
Whew.
what?
I have a testimony.
Do it.
Okay, this is hard.
This is a shot tale.
No, this is hard. And I say that.
It is. Podcasting?
Yeah, podcasting is
Okay.
hard. I'm good with consistency because I have a business and I know that is the first thing that you have to have when you're opening any kind of business, consistency. But taking this on is a whole new beast for me. And then when you have other things on your plate, it's really tough to really commit to something. So I know why now. There's so many podcasts.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Right.
Just like some businesses.
Yes.
Like in the economy, things have changed where people have been coming into the cosmetology world, seeing that there is a lot of funds to be made in it. But then when you get behind the business and you start to have to deal with all the other aspects of having the business, such as customer service, being customer facing, dealing with harsh problems, dealing with not having a product in order, just like conflict that will come into your business, they back down and they close.
And dealing with humans.
Period. Say that again for the people in the back.
Dealing with humans. You know, that's a whole nother lesson. That's a whole nother teaching. And those are the things that people don't take into account when they're seeing the glitz and the glam, the pretty lights, the
pretty
lights,
mics,
the nice palm trees in the back. You know, everyone thinks that a business is just putting a space together.
And it's not.
It's not.
It's so much work that goes into it, from opening to closing to the experience. It's like you always have to think ahead.
Yes.
You always have to be ahead of everything, because if you're behind it, it's like, I didn't do a good job.
No, you didn't. And the people will tell you when you didn't do a good job.
They'll go right on what's that thing called?
Yelp.
Google, and whatever else that they can
leave a
tell
review
it to the world how horrible you were.
Yeah. So I think when you get into business, you should sit down and you should be very much focused on what it is that you want people to recognize your business to be. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I knew that the forefront of my business was going to be customer service.
Right.
And that is what has kept me thriving for 9 years.
So, Brent, can you believe it that we're 20 episodes in?
No, 20 episodes is a stretch.
It's wild.
Yeah, that's
it's
wild. But when I see the successful podcasters, they have 300 plus episodes, and I'm like, well, where would I be 300 episodes from now? What is going to be transpiring in my life? And, you know, I listened to a few podcasts like startup situations just to get some ideas of what's to come. And I know someone spoke about just being able to go back to points in their life where they like, oh, I can remember what was going on in that time when so I love the idea of being able to record my process and my journey.
And also it allows you to look back.
Yeah.
Reflect. It allows you to reflect, basically.
Reflection. That's what
this is how far, this is where we started. Yep. From the bottom. Mm-hmm. And now.
And we're going to be at the top.
And we're here. I thought you was going to follow me with the Drake innuendo.
We're going to be at the top.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. He was on the top when he said it. We are going to be on the top. But I want to ask you, what have you learned so far?
About podcasting?
Yeah, what have you learned?
Well, outside of consistency, I believe that working together with partners, being my friend, my good friend, and Mike B as well being my good friend, it kind of is giving us a new outlook on our relationship. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning how to navigate through our friendship and working together as a team.
Yes.
So I'm still in the learning phase. I can't say I've learned
healing.
Right. Learning, healing. I can't say I've learned all the things, but I'm very much aware of what the negative outcomes can be. So I'm trying to make sure that we are not going to be what the people would normally think. You know, partnerships usually end sometimes not in great spaces.
Right.
So I'm trying to just, work with you guys. And working with you guys.
Not work with you guys. I'm trying to work with you.
What you think, Mike B? Because I know Mike B got a lot to say. She quiet over there.
Listen, I learned that, some of the same things, just working through ideas and brainstorming, having a difference of opinion on what things should look like, what things should sound like. I think it's just working through. So open communication, I guess, would be something that I learned, and that is important in podcasting in addition to consistency. Having a plan.
Oh, yes. And I can definitely shout Mike B out for being...
As I scroll up and make sure that I'm staying on point with this outline.
We got to thank Mike B for, bringing the planning to life.
Yes. So I feel like we segued, y'all, because this wasn't supposed to be a part of the segment, but y'all are getting the reality behind this. Like, this is not easy. And I'm super grateful that I have the ability to take on this relationship with my sister friends. I am extremely grateful that I saw my friends trusted me in this process because it began as, you want to start a podcast? Yep. It was a no-brainer. It's passion. I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about. I am excited to meet you guys, to meet the listeners, and to influence as well too. Because primarily, I believe that's what this show is about: is to influence the people who are coming up behind us, who are still in the industry, and just get shaking it up, just shaking the table, hey, Michelle.
I think for me, I love the relatability aspect of it.
Yes.
I go to makeup artists every time I have to record. I see hairstylists all the time before we record. And just every time I bring up the podcast, they're so excited about it. And then we talk about things, and I'm just talking to them casually, and they're bringing up the topics that we talk about every week.
That's why every time they talk about it, I'd be like, according to episode 7,
and she don't even know the numbers, guys. But
I don't. I'd be lying. But it allows you to go back to the episode that I'm referring to and deep dive into it.
So they are very much understanding in everything that I'm bringing up, and I'm like, well, yeah, we talked about that. Oh, well, we talked. Yeah, you should listen to it. And I'm excited to create the community. Because I feel like it's such a huge community.
So huge.
That we need to start building together as a team.
Because guess what? As a people,
we are going to do better.
We are going to do better.
Yes.
Okay? But y'all, we're going to go ahead and go back to the show. So we're going to begin with Salon Etiquette 101. And in this segment, we're getting you all the way together. And we are giving you the do's and the don'ts of the industry. So today we're talking about having an exit plan. Friend, I know we spoke about this a couple episodes ago. What do you think an exit plan looks like for a salon owner?
Well, an exit. Like life after being in the salon. Life after running a salon business, life after being behind the chair. And guess what?
What?
I didn't have one of those.
Well, it's the real tea behind the salon industry, so yeah.
That's not something you think about. Being a first generation.
Everything.
And having the passion to being a salon owner and not having any guidance through the whole thing, I definitely didn't know that was something that I needed.
Right.
So I feel like if I had someone to walk me through it, or a business advisor, maybe that would have come up throughout my just having, what is it called?
Exit plan?
No, business plan.
Okay.
So business plan is different from an exit plan.
Right.
So whenever you start a business, they're so heavy on business plans. And I remember I took a course and I was just like, this is for the
birds.
This is for the birds. This is not fun to me. I knew what I knew, so I took that leap of faith and I did it. But had someone been giving me a class on the exit plan, then maybe, because it's something that I've never heard of at that time, never thought that I needed at that time, I would have been interested in.
So now that you are here, what do you believe that the things that they should look for when they are creating this exit plan? Like, are you going to just simply retire? Do you guys have 401ks?
Right.
Because I know I'm a little bit of a corporate baddie, y'all. Just a little bit. But I got a good old 401k anytime the time start times in.
Right, but when they come to you and they present that 401k to you, they say it's a retirement plan, right? So that doesn't translate to a business owner in the same way.
Why?
Because in my eyes, I'm like, exit plan, my business is gonna last forever.
But are you going to last forever?
You don't really think of that, especially when you're someone so involved and so invested in the business and actually doing the services. So it's like, oh yeah, I can't do this forever.
No.
No. And then you think about it and you're like, well, yes, I have to create a plan, because one day I'm going to be too tired, too old to stand behind this chair. Or
and the sciatica going to start acting up.
Talk about my sciatica one
because I'm starting to get it. I feel like she rubbed it on me. I never knew what it was. It was something that's in your leg. I know it combines to the back, and my shit be on fire.
Well, my sciatica, Does it have anything to do with what, that came from other things, like having children? Like, you don't think of those things. When you're in the business, you don't think about all the things that all the points, all the milestones.
It's just like kids. Like, when I was younger, I was jumping off the top bunk.
Right.
Am I going to do that shit now?
No.
Absolutely not. Because these knees.
I might.
We ain't gonna talk about what Mike B does because she got allergies. She don't be telling people. We gonna have emergency EpiPens. We ain't gonna talk about what Mike B do.
But I still might jump off the top bunk.
Well, I'm not jumping off the top.
Me neither.
Because, like you said, these
knees don't be kneesing sometimes.
No.
I told you I'm getting sciatica issues. I know it.
Well, aside from any ailments, family issues, any just life, like, I know that when I got into the business is when I started setting up retirements, for myself as well as, my employees.
So do you believe that as a business owner, they should have some kind of retirement plan or life insurance plan set up for your employees?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
Why not? Tell me why not.
I'll tell you why not.
Why
Because
not?
that's not something that's standard in the cosmetology community. It's something that is now being bred because businesses are opening up kind of like corporations where they want to be taken seriously. Because if you really think about it, doing hair wasn't something that was serious.
No, it wasn't.
It was something that it was a skill that you knew how to do.
It was shunned upon.
Yeah, it was shunned upon.
Yes.
So now that, because y'all ain't tell us that y'all was out here making M's, okay? They didn't tell us.
No, they didn't.
So now that people are realizing because of social media and all those things that we out here making band for bands, they want to be a part of it, but they also want to structureize it. Yeah. And they want it to be something that is some kind of longevity. That is creating the exit plan.
Yeah, creating the exit plan as well as creating a handbook, as well as having guidelines, as well as having rules. So that comes a little later, but all of those things really make your business stand out because when the client does walk through the door, they can see it. They can see when all the stylists are on one accord, when everybody's kind of moving in the same rhythm. And that, for me, like I said before, many episodes ago, is what stood out for me wanting to be in the profession. It wasn't so much of the doing the hair. Yes, I played with the Barbies, and yes, I had a love for hair, but it was more of the unity and the unison and how everyone moved together. How they moved together.
It looked like a team.
Yeah, it looked like a team, and that's what I wanted.
So with that being said, because we're talking about exiting and leaving.
Yes.
Would you ever sell your business?
I think I would. But I've had some thoughts recently of, thinking about extending my business to being a family-owned business. You know, when I think about it now, I'm like, well, when I do retire, who would I really and truly trust to take over the brand, to take over the business? And my kids are way too young. So I was like, this is why there are so many successful Black-owned, family-owned businesses. And I said, I think that might be something in somewhere that I need to start. So start pivoting.
That's succession planning. Yeah.
Say that again, Mike.
Say it again, because I ain't never heard that.
Succession planning. So part of the exit plan could be who is going to take over. It's exiting for you, not necessarily the business shuts down and you're gone. It's what happens when, like you said, I can no longer stand here or I don't want to stand here, right?
Right.
But I love my business. My business is still making income. What does that look like? So it's choosing that family member or protege or whomever to come in and take over and run the business. That's part of the exit planning strategy.
And that honestly was a light bulb for me.
Really?
Not too long ago. Yeah. Because for me, I knew that after, like I say, I had my children, being so much of a busy mom and now taking on another job, which is podcasting, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, my days is limited. So what and what's going to happen? Who's going to take on? Who's going to be that person? And now in the business, I know I was able to have a great friend to come along with me on this journey.
I be playing double dutch, y'all, because I be in and out. I be in and I be out. And now I'm in for real. I ain't got no choice.
And we have to give credit to Mike B because Mike B has been on the journey. You know, with
she was shooting in the gym.
Always that back end person to to highlight my business, to showcase my business, to definitely my website. Shout out to Mike B on that.
Not currently taking clients.
She always says that. People give me so much credit for it, and I'm like, oh yeah, thank you.
And that's it.
Done.
Like black people, them some nice shoes you got on, girl. Like instead of getting
thank
the
you so
actual
much
real
Yes.
for the shout out. Though I
having
appreciate
an
that.
exit plan is
Yeah.
definitely something I would love the young, upcoming business owners, hairstylists, any entrepreneur. Make sure you have an exit plan. If you don't, start getting it together. Start talking to lawyers. Start talking to family members. Just buzzing their ear about it. So to doobie this up, we are going to go into Tangled Tales. And in Tangled Tales, we give you some of the craziest reviews, and we share some topics and things that we've seen on social media. And this one is about Matawi. So Matawi is a really big hairstylist out in LA, and she is like the end-all be-all of, microlinks. She created a method, and it's called the Matawi method, and she has had this patented and has had classes around the world, and she is that it girl in a lot of, our eyes as stylists. And she just posted that she's downsizing or she's changing her location. And she's paid a lot of money in rent. And she made sure to highlight that. So it just goes to show that, the industry is changing. She's trained many women. And in my eyes, I'm like, well, why would she be downsizing if she's the Matawi method? She's the queen of the things.
That's not the first person I've seen downsizing.
Right. So it's almost like, is this business even sustainable anymore? Can we see this business for the next 10 years, 20 years? Like, will salons still be a thing? Because everyone is looking to downsize. Everyone is looking to rent a chair now. They're going back to the chair rentals. They're trying to figure it out because there's so much options.
I don't think that the salons are going anywhere, even 10 years from now.
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in it because the girls who don't know how to do their hair, where they gonna go?
Well, but when I was speaking to a makeup artist today, she said that she feels like the world is going in a way of just
DIY.
Not DIY, but not being together. The separation. They have the suites. She said, they don't want people interacting as much. People don't interact in the same way as they used to. We have FaceTime now. You don't have to speak to anyone, and you don't have to get close to them to be connected to them. So the world is kind of changing in a way where everyone is segregated.
Okay.
And so the
Was
salon.
that one of the reasons why Matawi is leaving?
Well, the salon culture is the salon culture. So you open a space and you gather stylists together to work together. But now if we are not together, what is that culture? What is it? What is that now? What do we call it?
Do you need a revolution?
Wait, what?
It's called a revolution.
And always count on Jaleesa to take us from the seriousness into the last. Like I don't even know what to say now.
Right. I mean, but it's a revolution. Like it's a revolution. Shit is changing. They shaking the tables.
Yes.
And things are going to change. But there's still a want and a need for community, because there was a post, I feel like I sent it to you guys, in regards to someone was like, bring back the salon culture. Bring back when there was boosters coming inside of the salon, when you was getting 2 for $5, when you could get a plate of food. Like, you sit in the salon all day, but there's so much entertainment and things happening that you don't realize that you've been in the salon for 7 hours. But you come out looking great,
and you
got new shit. And on top of that, you full, because you full with love, you full with information.
Yeah, you heard.
And you now looking at the latest styles, because I know for me, I always look to my stylist. What are they wearing? Like, how are they doing things? So I can replicate that same thing, but in my own swag. But I feel like when it got over 1 million views, and people agreed there is no togetherness. But where are the matriarchs? Like we said in Mirror Mirror episode.
I thought Matawi was one of them. But it goes to show that doesn't matter how high you are in the game, because the industry is changing, she's not able to pay that rent.
I mean, but
she can't pay that rent.
are the
Because
clients
guess what?
clienting?
She doesn't have the staff to back her up on it. She's created this dope method. She's trained millions of women, and they're taking that skill and they're doing their own thing, which is not a problem. But why not work together to have to, she's the creator of it in her eyes. She's made this method to help the process, to make the process seamless. Why is it that now she has to scale back on her business?
I say, is the money still moneying?
Clearly it ain't. As a business owner, as an individual, yes. Because if you're one person and you're seeing all the clientele and you're doing all the things alone, yes, the income is greater. But when you have a bigger vision, when you go out and you create these methods or these braid patterns and these structures, and then you're left to do what? You might as well get a suite now, because there's no one to follow the trend and work behind you and create that culture in that salon. So everyone's like, oh, I'm going here because these girls know what they're doing.
So what do you think is going to be her next steps? Or did she mention it?
She said she's downsizing and it's to come.
What that mean? Like she getting a suite?
I don't know. Dot. That's how she loves
to be continued?
To be continued.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and this may be part of her exit planning.
It might be. It might be. And, I think she posted it for everyone to see because there will be changes made. And, people perceive her to be this great person. So why is it that she's not able to sustain her business or her place of business?
I feel like because the world is changing.
Yeah,
and
we
a lot
said
of
that.
people are going towards kind of like, I don't want to say digital situations, but I want to say they're more so gravitate and no shade. This is no shade.
No shade, no tea.
No shade, no tea.
She's
no
about
shade,
to say
no
something
pink
shady,
lemonade.
guys.
But what I want to say is I feel like what's happening is people are more concerned with becoming influencers than actually being business owners.
But the reason for the podcast, right, is to talk about these changes and to talk about these things. And, as a culture of people, I know that we've struggled in the past to get to where we are now, So why is it not translating that this is not helping our community in a sense? Like everyone being for themselves. It's just like when the pandemic.
Did you miss the name of the show? Did you miss the name of the show?
I know the name of the show.
Right.
I came up with it, Ike.
Right. Of course you know the words. I wrote it.
Right.
Yes.
So,
however, comma.
But I need to highlight.
That is why.
Yes.
That is why. Because everybody wants 100%.
Yes.
That's why we can't get it together.
But
yes,
the real hack is that we're not going to get there if we don't come together.
No.
If we don't stick together, if we don't work together.
Go ahead, Martin Luther King.
We got to do it. I got to be the Martin Luther King of the salon.
You have a dream.
I got a dream.
Right.
And I ain't going to let it die.
I know that's
and
right.
we're going to talk about it.
And we are.
And I got what's your name? Who is Martin
You already know I got the chopper. I'm Malcolm X. You already know that.
Oh my gosh.
That shouldn't even been a
Oh,
question.
it's going a little left.
All right, guys.
Well, the voice of reason has spoken, so we're gonna just
stay out of the mess.
And
we're gonna go ahead and stay out of the mess.
So
and
how we do that?
How we stay out of the mess, y'all?
Please, someone stand on business.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're chatting about structures, systems, and the tools you need in order to be successful in the salon industry. So, what are some tools or some ways that you could start planning your exit plan?
I would just seek legal advice. I would get a lawyer. First,
you can talk about these lawyers.
First
Olivia
and foremost, though, I would sit down, write down what that would look like, who I would pitch it to, what were my options within my family, if that was somewhere I wanted to go, like family-based business, or I can start talking to a lawyer to see how I would write out, an exit plan if I wanted to sell my business. Selling the business is an option. So you really got to know your numbers because nobody trying to buy a business that's failing. So knowing your numbers, and like I said before, I spoke to a really successful salon owner. She has multiple salons in Brooklyn, and she did say, she's like, well, how much is your business worth? And I was like, at that time, I don't, I know how much money I make a year. I knew how much money I was making a year. But, you really have to have those numbers in order so that way you can look attractive to people who want to invest or buy your business.
Okay. All right. Mike B, you got any suggestions, comments, concerns about how you can start planning to leave? Because y'all know what I would do.
What would you do? Just deuces and close the door?
You would never. If you're revenuing $500K a year, you going to say,
I'm going to get somebody else to do it.
It ain't that easy. Sis.
I'm going to get somebody else to do it.
It ain't that easy.
It is.
Who you getting to do it?
I'm going to get somebody else to do it.
Who?
One of y'all niggas. What you mean? Like, what you mean? I'm going to get somebody else
Well,
to do it.
I don't have the time or the patience. So X me out of that. Who's the next option?
But the thing is, like we say all the time, you have to know your clientele. I know.
We talking about who?
I know out of my friends and my family who will be where and what they can do.
But that certain person has to also understand what your business is about.
Right.
You can't just throw any Joe Schmo in here.
That's why I said I know who can go where and what they can do.
But do you feel that there's anyone in your family that would be willing to take on a business of success?
If I train
train them.
If I trained them, yes. But that was the same thing that I had to go through because I'm being 1,000% transparent. When I first started doing this salon shit, I wasn't serious about it.
Yeah. Are these people older or younger than you?
One is younger than me and one is older.
Good luck.
I don't think I need luck.
I do.
I don't think
it's
I need
not
luck.
that easy. So she's making it seem like it's easy, guys, but it's not that easy.
Because it's not that hard.
It is that hard, Jaleesa. If you come up with a plan for your business, right? This is why you're here. Can you tell me anybody I could throw at the front of that desk right now?
Yes.
In my family?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we'll talk about it after the show.
Okay, we sure can.
She capping, guys.
But I'm not.
You are. Because you know how hard it is to find good help.
But you asked.
You know how it's... Every time my good friend comes in here, because I talk about this all the time, she's like, oh, my mother said, what Shawanda said the other day?
You know it's hard to find good help. And it is.
And in family?
But that's not what you asked me.
What was the
asked
question?
me, do I know somebody who I could throw in the front desk and that they would be able to do the things that I do out of your family? And I said, yes, I know the answer.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it after the show.
All right. I didn't say you're going to like the answer, but I said I know the answer.
Okay.
So you said legal advice.
Legal advice.
Having it as part of your business plan or mapping out a plan.
Yes.
What about doing like other businesses that are related to the business? Like, what if you were able to do like a what is the thing everybody buys now? Like a course or ebooks and things like that. A lot of people are exiting their main business by being a course owner because it allows for passive income.
It does.
So for me personally, any business that I start, I have to be passionate about it.
Correct.
So if I don't have the passion behind selling a course, that's not going to work for me. So if you're not passionate behind doing that, then that's not going to work for you because you have to be consistent in it. If you're not passionate about something, there's no consistency. If you love doing something, you're going to do it all the time. A course for me doesn't do it. So for me, no.
Right.
Maybe for someone else, yes.
So like a pivot to what you're currently doing.
I don't see that. I would just rather go into, selling the business or passing it on.
Pass the peas like we used to do. So, and everyone wants 100%. We want to let you guys know that the reality is that the math is not mathing. And you're never going to walk away with 100%.
Or find a random family member who wants to take over your business.
So, we're going to chit-chat about some ways to get you as close as possible. Get your pens out, because as always, we're going to take you to school. So, Mike B, transition us on down to EW 100.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we discussed, sometimes when you have given everything and you've done everything and you're either tired or you are not physically able to do the work anymore and your sciaticas. Yes, okay. Y'all are old. That you have to have a plan in place. And like you said, a lot of the people that are now coming into it are not thinking that far ahead. No. They're not thinking 10 years.
They're not thinking they're going to be in the salon with them Herman Monster shoes on because they
need
some support.
What you talking about?
What's the Herman Monster shoes?
I don't know.
The big old platforms.
We're going to have to add a picture somewhere.
You Herman Monster, you ain't never see his shoes before?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
so
see,
shocked.
and if I didn't see it, that means that they didn't see it. So now we got to put it up.
Lord Jesus.
Now we got to put it up.
Them platform shoes, them thick old lace-up shoes that for your support.
No.
Yeah, so
I don't know what that means.
You got to think about these things now. So I do believe that, like I said, talk to someone, talk to people, talk to your friends, and figure out what it is and how they can support you in making that choice with your exit plan.
Yeah, knowing when to walk away.
I was about to say, how do you know when to walk away?
Yes.
Oh,
because bitch, I'm tired now. I'm ready to go.
I am too.
I'm ready to go.
And I talk to my clients all the time, and they're like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, "But she's like, oh, you're still young." See, the way I'm set up, and the way this younger generation set up, we not working till we 65.
But not only that, the younger people are working smarter.
Right.
They're not working harder.
And that is the goal.
No, I'm not about to have 17 people come in here and stress me out. I'm going to do 3 clients today, and that's all I want to do. And is that sustainable for them? Yes.
It can be.
It can be.
But you also
there you go.
You can't make a whole lot of money when time is attached to the dollar. So we know that. I know a lot of people do know that. Like, if you trading dollars for time, it ain't gonna work.
Nope.
So you have to have someone to come in to do the work for you. And in this culture, that is difficult. That has been hard. That is a struggle because as Black people, we don't kind of take each other serious when it comes to those things. You know, like they see Black businesses, and I think sometimes when they walk in, they're always surprised, especially in my case, of how well the salon is ran. Sometimes before,
you know, it's my ick. My ick is when I answer the phone, because you just raised my eyebrow. When I answer the phone and they go, "Ooh, you're so professional." What the fuck else am I gonna be?
well,
What else am I gonna be?
that is not the norm.
How?
But you know that. You do know that.
I am surprised. You know what, you're right. But it's surprise. I'm calling. If I could call you, and you got a direct number.
Yes.
I'm assuming that whoever is about to answer, hello, I'm about to get.
So when you don't get that response, are you surprised?
Yes.
Oh wow, girl.
Where
you been at?
Because most of them don't be having phones. They don't even have numbers. So when I can finally get to somebody,
because we going off track now.
I'm sorry.
Let's bring it on back now.
But it ties into what you said.
Yes.
You said people are appalled and they're surprised that it's so
because I'm
professional.
Speaking, right, a culture of people, you know.
But why?
I do believe we're in Brooklyn, so I can name on my hands, on my fingers, how many really good professional salons we have, where there's gonna be a system in place where someone's gonna answer the phone and greet you. You know, someone's gonna take your jacket. Someone is gonna offer you a beverage. All the stylists are great stylists. You know, no one's on their AirPods. I can name maybe 5, and that's a stretch. So that is what is missing, and that is what keeps me successful. Just knowing.
We one of those 5, y'all, in case you didn't
y'all.
know. Top 5.
So
not no big 3.
No. So I'm just saying that's not a surprising thing. You know, just speaking from a culture of people, we don't believe in each other enough. So we don't take each other enough seriously.
And
then
when you start to uphold your standards in your business and you are professional and you remain professional, I feel like it triggers them.
It does. And it's a lot of times I contemplate, I'm like, should I bring someone else in here? Someone else of a different ethnicity, you know, someone that doesn't look like me. Would they take that more serious? And I have that talk all the time because it's a serious topic.
Do you believe race plays an issue?
Of course, I do. It is a big topic.
So you believe in Caucasian salons culture and Black cultures are not the same?
Totally different. They might have the same struggles within the salon.
They may have the same structures, I think.
They have the same structures?
As the top 5 salon.
Maybe.
Top 5.
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
Not the other ones.
I built So Brooklyn because we were lacking what the people went to the other places
to
for.
the city for.
Yeah, the New York City, you know,
Yeah.
the Big Apple. You know, people always felt like they had to leave Brooklyn. So I thought bringing that here would help for my people. I did it for my people, and I said during the process, I realized that sometimes they're not appreciative of it.
No.
You know, sometimes I get slack for being this salon.
For holding up for having standards.
For having standards. So I do believe standing on business and being about your business is holding your ground despite, you know, whatever you're going through, whatever trials and tribulations you go through, you have to keep going through them. Because like you said, a revolution, you know, change will come. Maybe there will be a day when we wake up in that way because we are woke. A lot of us are woke. We have to wake up in a way where we realize the impact that we're having on ourselves, our children, our kids, our family. Every decision that we make as business owners, small Black business owners, impacts our culture.
That was a word, friend.
Thank you.
That was really deep.
How
that
you
was
feel, Mike B?
That was definitely a word. Wow.
You gotta stand on business.
Oscar goes too. Because that was amazing.
So stand on business. Don't give up. If you want an exit plan, if you feel like you know when your time is over. There's nothing else you can do. Try to figure out who you can delegate to. Try to sell your business. But closing, I don't think should be an option, especially if you're established. Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.